Beloved, there is a hidden law woven into the fabric of our lives. It does not ask for your belief, your agreement, or even your awareness. It simply operates like gravity, like the beating of your heart, like the turning of the earth. This is the law of alignment. It says quite simply, your thoughts are the architects of your reality. What you think about most, what you believe most deeply, what you align your energy with, these are the forces that shape your world. And until you awaken to this truth, you may live as though tossed by winds, thinking life is happening to you, when in fact, life is happening through you. Let us walk together through 6 truths of this law, so you may not only understand it, but live it. 1. The power of inner blueprint. All that exists in your outer world is first born within. Every invention, every piece of art, every relationship, every moment of success or defeat, it began as a thought. Life is built twice, once invisibly and then visibly. And so, when you look around at the circumstances of your life, you are gazing at yesterday's thinking made solid, yesterday's patterns written into form. Your mind is the architect's table. Just as a builder would never attempt to raise home without a plan, so too must you draw the blueprint your life within before it can take form without. But here lies the truth most overlook. Most people are drawing unconsciously. They rehearse worry instead of vision. They dwell on fear rather than faith. They imagine failure instead of possibility. And so their lives follow the patterns of their unguarded thoughts. When you become conscious of the blueprint you are holding, life begins to change. You no longer let your mind wander into shadows, but instead direct it toward light. When you focus on peace, opportunities for peace arise. When you focus on love, love multiplies. When you focus on abundance, doors that were once invisible begin to open. The law is impartial. It does not choose for you, it reflects you. Whatever you hold most steadily in your thought, you will see reflected in the mirror of your reality. So ask yourself, what am I drawing each day? Am I sketching the life I truly want? Or am I building unconsciously from fear, from doubt, from limitation? Your inner blueprint is the seed and your outer life is the tree. Change the seed and you change the forest. 2. Belief is the bridge. Thoughts alone are like seeds, but belief is the soil in which they take root. You may imagine a life of abundance, but if within you lingers the belief that you are unworthy, or that abundance is only for others, your seed cannot grow. Belief is the bridge that carries your thought from the realm of imagination into the realm of reality. What is belief? It is not merely repeating words to yourself, nor is it a shallow wish. Belief is the deep inner knowing that life responds to you. It is trust so firm that doubt has no place to rest. Think of a farmer who plants a seed. He does not question whether the earth will return the harvest. He does not dig up the soil every day to check. He trusts, he believes, and because of that, the seed flourishes. So it is with your thoughts. Without belief, they remain as fragile as sketches on paper. But with belief, they take shape, they breathe, they live. This is why so many dreams wither, not because they are impossible, but because they are not believed in deeply enough. Belief is not passive, it is an act of creation. When you say, I know this is possible, you invite life to conspire with you. Your reality is shaped not by what you claim to want, but by what you truly believe you deserve and can attain. If you say one thing but believe another, life always follows the belief. Align your inner conviction with your vision and watch the bridge form beneath your feet, carrying you toward the life you have imagined. 3. Emotion. The fuel of creation. Thought alone is a spark, but emotion is the fire that spreads its light into the world. Emotion is the vibration of thought, the frequency that radiates outward and calls back to you experiences that match its energy. It is not enough to think of abundance if your heart trembles with fear of lack. It is not enough to think of love if you are still vibrating with resentment. Life responds not only to the thought in your mind, but to the feeling in your heart. Gratitude is among the most powerful emotions because it carries the vibration of already having. When you dwell in gratitude, you align yourself with abundance even before it arrives. Joy, love, excitement, peace. These emotions amplify your creative force. They are signals you send to the universe saying, this is who I am, this is what I am ready to receive. But many live in misalignment. They think of success yet feel unworthy. They imagine health yet vibrate in fear of illness. They visualize love yet dwell in the energy of loneliness. This is why change requires not only new thoughts but new feelings. When your heart and mind are in harmony, reality bends toward you effortlessly. Ask yourself, what am I truly feeling? For your life will echo back not what you think in fleeting moments, but what you feel in the depth of your being. Align your emotions with your highest vision, and you will see the world rearrange itself to match your frequency. 4. The subconscious silent sculptor of life. Beneath the surface of your waking mind lies a vast ocean. Yours does not argue, it does not reason, it does not choose. It simply receives, stores, and reflects. Whatever you impress upon it consistent becomes the silent sculptor, your reality. This is why the law of alignment is not only about the thoughts you consciously think, but the deeper beliefs you carry within you, often without knowing. Consider this: you may stand before the mirror and say, "I am abundant," yet if your subconscious holds years of programming that whispers, or "money is hard to come by," or "I am not worthy," then your affirmation will not take root. It is like planting seeds on rocky ground. The soil is not yet ready to receive them. And so, despite your effort, the outer life does not change and you wonder why. The answer is simple: alignment has not yet reached the deeper layers. The subconscious is shaped in many ways by childhood experiences, repeated patterns, the words spoken over you, and even the self-talk you've allowed for years. These become grooves etched into the mind, replaying again and again, sculpting the life you see. But here lies the gift: the subconscious can be reshaped, it can be reprogrammed with gentleness, patience, attention. How do you do this? Through repetition, for the subconscious learns by habit. Through visualization, for the subconscious does not distinguish between vividly imagined experiences and physical ones. Through meditation, where the quiet mind allows new impressions to sink deeper. And through healing, releasing the traumas and false beliefs that once chained you to limitation. When you align not just your conscious thought, but your subconscious belief, life changes at its roots. You no longer fight yourself, you become whole, united in vision and energy. The subconscious ceases to sabotage your dreams and instead begins to carry them forward with effortless momentum. Understand this, beloved: your subconscious is always at work, always sculpting. The question is, who is holding the chisel, you in awareness or the patterns of yesterday? The law of alignment invites you to awaken, to step into conscious authorship, and to impress upon your subconscious only those truths that uplift and set you free. 5, action is the anchor. Thoughts, beliefs, and emotions create the blueprint, but action is what anchors them into form. Without action, alignment remains a beautiful dream never realized. You cannot think your way into a new reality while your actions contradict the vision. The law demands consistency, not only of thought but of deed. Action is not struggle. It is not frantic movement born of fear. It is inspired steps that flow naturally from belief and vision. When your inner world is aligned, the actions you take are infused with clarity and power. They may be small steps at first: a phone call, a habit, a choice to say yes where once you said no. But these steps are sacred. They are signals to the universe that you are ready. Think of a river. It begins as a trickle, but each drop adds to its momentum until it carves valleys and shapes landscapes. So too with action. Small, consistent steps in alignment with your vision create momentum that recipes the world around you. Many sabotage their dreams not because they lack vision, tells the universe, I am serious, I am aligned, I am ready. 6, surrender and trust. There comes a point, beloved, when alignment calls you not to do more, but to let go. This is perhaps the hardest step, for the human mind longs for control. It wants to know the how, the when, the exact path that will deliver the dream. Yet the law of alignment asks something deeper: trust. Surrender is not defeat. It is the profound knowing that once the seed has been planted, it will grow in its season. A farmer does not stand in his field demanding, "Why is the harvest not here yet?" He trusts the process. He waters, he nurtures. So too must you. When you align your thoughts, beliefs, emotions, subconscious, and actions, the final step is release. Let the universe weave the details. Life is infinitely wiser than our limited plans. Often, the path that unfolds is far greater, far richer, far more beautiful than anything you could have orchestrated. But if you cling, if you doubt, if you demand control, you choke the very flow that would bring your dream alive. Trust is the soil in which miracles grow. When you surrender, you open space for grace to enter. You allow life to surprise you, to exceed your imagination. And when the manifestation arrives, you realize it was never your burden to carry. It was always the dance of alignment unfolding through you. The law of alignment is not a theory, beloved. It is the rhythm of your life. What you think, what you believe, what you feel, what you impress upon your subconscious, what you act upon, and how you surrender, these are not separate pieces, but one symphony. When they harmonize, life responds in kind. So awaken to your power. Draw the blueprint of the life you truly desire. Believe with conviction. Feel the emotions of already having. Reprogram the deeper mind. Anchor your vision through inspired action. And then release. Trust in the process. In this alignment, reality itself bends, doors open, paths appear. Healing flows, multiplies, abundance surrounds you, and you discover that life was never happening to you. It was always happening through you.